Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games. And today we're doing the top 5 reasons why you should love Firefly the board game. For those of you who don't know, Firefly the board game is a pick-up and delivery game by Gale Force 9 set in the Firefly universe. Firefly is a sci-fi western show by Joss Whedon that lasted for 1 season but has since become a cult classic and was thankfully bookended with a film called Serenity that was released to great acclaim by Universal Studios. If you haven't seen the show, treat yourself. It's a wonderful journey with brilliant characters and some fantastic one-liners. So with no further ado, the top 5 reasons to love Firefly the board game. Number 1, Kaylee. Number 2, Zoe. Number 3, Kaylee. Number 4, Inara. Number 5, Kaylee. Nah, I'm just kidding. The real top 5 reasons to love Firefly the board game. Number 1, the theme. If you're a fan of Firefly, you will love the components of this game. The amount of fan service given to players in this game is fantastic, as well as giving you an opportunity to wear Mal's brown coat, adorn Jane's lucky hat, and take on the bad guys with Vera. It also has innumerable neat touches from the show dotted throughout. Everything from still images and quotes from the show used to illustrate the many cards, to the variety of characters from the show you can actually play, to using one of Wash's dinosaurs as a player marker, to even being able to use a life-size replica of the money they used in the show as currency for your game. Gale Force 9's production of Firefly has you covered. Throw on a solid soundtrack from the show or even some spaghetti western music and you have a fantastic night in for any Firefly fan out there. If you ever wanted to explore the verse with a crew of your own, this is your chance. Number 2, expansions. Expansions. If you're a person who likes expansions, then Firefly has you covered. There are 8 game expansions and 7 cosmetic expansions for this game that you can get, and they range from small additional card sets to full-on expansions with new missions, bigger boards, and an entire new style of gameplay. The Pirates and Bounty Hunters expansion alone introduces a drastically different style of play where players directly attack each other for loot and fugitives, which brings an entirely new element to the game. You can pick and choose which of these expansions to play at your leisure, and the game is varied and broad enough to be able to accommodate them all. Number 3, the setup and story cards. Prior to every game, the goal and conditions of the game are decided randomly by selecting from these 2 sets of cards. The impending game then can change drastically as a result. There are 7 setup cards and 14 story cards, and the combination of both gives players a great variety of ways to play the game. The game can range from open play, where players dictate their own conditions for victory in, say, a scavenger-style hunt, to elaborate heists, to adopting the roles of pirate and bounty hunter, where you curse each other's sudden but inevitable betrayals, to even trying to survive in a universe-wide recession, where jobs are scarce and everyone is competing for the same work. The game can be played in many ways, and is broad and robust enough in its mechanics that you can even create custom scenarios or stories to suit both yourself and your friends. Number 4, the rulebook, or more specifically, the rules. This is a game that is simple to play, easy to learn, and easier again to teach. As a result, it's a great gateway game for new players. So if you're a fan of the show but not a board gamer, you need not worry. This is a game you will be able to enjoy without worrying about spending half the night teaching the game to new players or perusing the rulebook every 5 seconds for clarifications. When you sit down to play Firefly the board game with new people, you will be playing within 20 minutes. And finally, number 5. Even if you're not a fan of Firefly or are oblivious to the cult classic TV series, you can still thoroughly enjoy this game. A good friend of mine, without knowing the first thing about the golden goodness that is Joss Whedon's Firefly series, was able to play and enjoy this game with no issues whatsoever. If anything, it was a testament to the game's designers that despite his unfamiliarity with the theme of the game, he was still able to thoroughly absorb the atmosphere of it. If anything, he enjoyed it so much that he borrowed my box set of Firefly for himself to see what all the fuss was about. I'm going to need that back, by the way, James. So, this is Sean from The Lucky Roll. If you liked this shiny video, please like and subscribe. And if you don't, I swear by my pretty floral bonnet, I will end you. Unless you're Kaylee. Kaylee doesn't have to subscribe. It'd be nice if she did, but she doesn't. Kaylee doesn't have to do anything. Everyone else, though, subscribe. Or I'll get my bonnet. I mean it. It's very floral.